Hi everyone, Pam Gregory, astrologer. I'm going to be speaking to you today about the first half of March and in particular the full moon that we have coming up in Virgo on the 5th. March is going to be an incredibly powerful month of change and culmination. Culmination because we're going to see the 7th of 7 exact squares between Uranus and Pluto. That aspect, that square aspect, has been running in the heavens for 3 years now, and drifting away, coming together in exactitude, drifting away, coming together in exactitude, and this is the final square. That's going to happen on the 16th of March. So we'll feel that energy building very strongly as we move through March. This is a very special opportunity because we won't have that exact square again for many, many years. And I've spoken about the symbolism of Uranus and Pluto many times over these 3 years, but an important part of it is that Uranus represents your authenticity, your individuality. Pluto is about living in your power. So with this final square, we're being given an amazing astrological opportunity to really live our individuality, our passion, our joy, our authenticity more fully and step into our power. And I've become aware over the last couple of months, a lot of people have been feeling a bit flat or depressed or low energy and losing a sense of identity of who they are and where they're going and what kind of a life they want. It's been a strange in-between time. But I think with this culmination in March, the energy is going to become much, much clearer. And really ask yourself, what gives you passion in life? What gives you joy? And it's amazing to me that every single birth chart is completely unique and will never be repeated in history again. That's an amazing thought. So that really says each of us is special. And you may actually have to break the habits of a lifetime to reach this sense of authenticity. If you've always behaved in a certain way, you may actually have to break those rules that you've set for yourself and do something radically different. And it will bring in a sense of vitality where things can start to happen very quickly. Opportunities can come into you if you can just step out of that old way of being. So it's a very, very exciting time, and what will help us with this is that Mars has already moved into Aries. It did that on the 19th of February, and on the 11th of March it will come together exactly with Uranus. It'll conjunct Uranus and square Pluto. So what that will do is energize this Uranus-Pluto aspect of individuality and stepping into our power. Also, at the same time, we have Jupiter in beautiful trine aspect to Uranus. We have this already. It's going to run until the 9th of March, and it's exact on the 3rd of March. But it's a wonderful, expansive aspect. It's very creative. It's exhilarating. It can feel liberating that you can let go some old burden, maybe the old way of being you. And it can give us a bigger vision of whatever we're faced with. So this will be really helpful for stepping into a different way of being. It is continuing as we have the full moon on the 5th of March in Virgo. It's at 1450 of Virgo. And it will happen at 10:05 a.m. Pacific, 1:05 p.m. Eastern, and 6:05 p.m. GMT. And it will be likely to be felt most by anyone born any year between the 3rd and the 7th of March or June, or the 5th to the 10th of September or December. So the moon is in Virgo, and at a full moon, the sun and moon are always opposite each other. So the sun is in Pisces. Now, part of Virgo energy is being very detailed and analytical and concerned with practicalities and day-to-day minutiae. Whereas the sun in Pisces is really encouraging us to have an all-encompassing vision. And because the sun is also conjunct Chiron and Neptune in Pisces, it's asking us to see things from a higher spiritual perspective, to see things in a different way from the normal day-to-day routine that we may have. Another aspect of Virgo is, I very much think of Virgo as connected to ancient earth energies, the wisdom of the earth. And earthing is a fascinating principle where you're very simply using the healing energy of the earth, because the earth is a massive electromagnetic body. When you come into direct contact with the earth, it has amazing healing properties for you, and there's a lot of very clear physical evidence of that. If you go onto the groundology.com or .co.uk websites, you'll see all that earthing has to offer, and it's such a simple principle. So this full moon, which is also a cycle of completion, says to me that we're being encouraged not only to come into contact with the earth and feel very grounded and healed and nurtured by that, but also to reach to the heavens with the Sun and Chiron and Neptune together in Pisces, to reach to a higher spiritual perspective too. At this full moon also, as well as Mars conjunct Uranus, we also have Venus. So it's Venus, Mars, together with Uranus squaring Pluto. Now this can bring some exciting relationship opportunities. We could have some quite intense emotions. Venus square Pluto, so very strong feelings or feelings running high. And Uranus is also aspecting the moon, so we could have some sudden and exciting emotional opportunities coming up, or sudden changes in our emotional life. So that's very strong energy. So some wonderful opportunities coming up in that sense as well at the full moon. At the full moon also we have Mars conjunct the South Node. Now the South Node is the way we've evolved, the habits we've developed, the way we've always done things in the past. And with Mars conjunct this, it might suggest that perhaps we've always, as a global community, reacted to situations in an aggressive or an assertive way. But the North Node, that's our evolutionary impulse, that's where we're evolving to, is in Libra, which is the sign of peace and balance and cooperation. So we're being asked to behave and respond in a different way, perhaps. So at this full moon, it's always a cycle of completion, but then a change. And the change is very clear. The change is all about your authenticity, your sense of living in your power, having a higher spiritual perspective with the Sun, Chiron, Neptune in Pisces, having a bigger vision for yourself with Jupiter trine Uranus. There's some wonderful, wonderful astrological opportunities, but the biggest of them all is this rare square, final square between Uranus and Pluto in the heavens on the 16th of March. A really powerful month of March. I'll be talking about the second half in my next video, but if you'd like more information about my book, or you'd like more information on a monthly basis, I put out a free monthly newsletter of about 2,000 words, so if you'd like to register for that, just go to my website www.thenextstep.uk.com, and thanks for listening, and have an amazing full moon in Virgo on the 5th.